Rock and Roll Express Hall of Famers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Come on down. Orlando makes the noise for the new Hall of Famers. The Rock and Roll Express.
All right,
have a seat, have a seat here. Ricky, come on and have a seat.
Oh, we have it.
Yeah, have a seat. We got it all. Go in the middle here. What's that? No. Get in the middle, you two.
Hey, I thought I was singing a song.
Come on, have a seat.
He might sing, he might dance. Ricky Morton can do it all.
Robert Gibson!
What's up, man?
All right, you guys, welcome to WrestleCon. Last night you were inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I can't even all this gold on Robert here. This is amazing.
The bling is shining.
What was it like to get inducted last night into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Or the WWE Hall of Fame.
Last night
turned into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It was an honor to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, we worked a long time, 35 years together, the longest tag team in history. That's probably a record that had never been broken.
Well, what was it like for me? I got real emotional, guys. I'm sorry. I went way off script, but you know, that's a part of it. You can't get emotional for something like this. Robert and I, actually, you know, we was raised in Russian families and everything. And we, okay.
Just made it louder. Hot mic, there we go.
Gotta get close, huh?
Yeah, you gotta get close.
A little close.
But we waited for this moment all our life. And thanks to you fans very much.
Rock and roll, yeah! Thank you, Roy.
Hey, like Ricky says a long time ago, if it wasn't for you fans, there wouldn't be no rock and roll.
Yeah, you guys were one of the first tag teams that built a fan base unmatched to this day. You guys would sell out arenas in a tag team, and this was a time where the single stars were the top guys. But you guys, with your feuds with the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express, you showed that tag teams could be featured. You guys could sell out stadiums. You could handle those shows where maybe the world champion wasn't on, but you guys would put on shows, steal the show, pack them out. What was that like as a tag team, outdrawing sometimes the world title matches?
Well, guys, but besides, put that to the side. All right. But to put that to the side for a minute, at that time, Robert and I were rock stars and didn't know it.
Sure.
Man, what was it like? Gosh, you know, going from small territories in that time, you know, working in front of 2 and 4,000 people, then all of a sudden you're selling out 20 and 30,000 people. And like my buddy Hawk would say, what a rush.
Now, of all the teams you guys have been in there with, aside from the Midnight Express, aside from the Road Warriors, who were some of your favorite teams to tangle with?
I tell you, the Russians were pretty cool. Manny Fernandez, Rick Rude. You got
the Midnight Rockers.
Yeah. One half of the Midnight Rockers is in the house today, or at least will be.
Will be, yeah. And Doom. Can't forget Doom. They were a tough team, along with Teddy Long.
And you know, we watch the business change over the years. There's a lot of great tag teams that are out there right now. You know, you have to revive them.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite tag teams of all time, Matt and Jeff Hardy. Man, our business has grown, and I hope that Robert and I are the ones that pave the road for these guys to make, you know, give them tag team wrestling.
Right, and how cool is that you're here talking about Matt and Jeff Hardy, but when Matt and Jeff Hardy are exercising their full creativity through the final deletion stuff on Impact Wrestling, there are you guys as part of that, you know what I mean? It's all woven together out of respect.
Well, that's great, you know, because Matt and Jeff, we were influenced them in the business. They brought us there because they wanted everybody to know that we were still around. You know, man, that was a big punch in the arm, man. They helped us out a lot.
Talk about Matt and Jeff. It's an honor because they come up to me and Ricky Boat and they says, guys, y'all the ones that made us want to be in pro wrestling.
Yeah, now I'm sure we got a lot of questions for you guys out there. I'm going to hit the stage in a second. You guys can ask some questions. One of the questions I have for you guys is, you know, you've been doing this, you've been doing your own thing for so long. What was it like to get the call from the WWE to finally go into their Hall of Fame? What was it like to finally go into the WWE Hall of Fame? Something that's well overdue.
Well, that's what I was fixing to say a while ago. You know, Robert and I grew up in wrestling families. This is all we know about wrestling. We waited all our life for this one. There's not a higher honor in this business to be. I been multiple times world champions, individual champions. We've been champions when you have territories, but guys, when it comes, the greatest honor in the world is to be inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and how surprised were you that Jim Cornette was chosen to induct you guys into the Hall of Fame? Not somebody you normally see on WWE TV or in their good graces. And I kind of like there's all these rebels. You guys are rebels doing your own thing. Cornette's a rebel doing his own thing. What was that like to get inducted by your old rival, Jim Cornette?
I tell you what, listening to his speech last night, Jim Cornette, I thought he did one hell of a job. He put over the Rock and Roll Express like only Jim Cornette could do. And Jim Cornette's got to be one of the greatest managers of all time.
Yeah, and I think that showed with you guys the back and forth, the give and take with the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. You guys were a perfect team together, and it showed that you got to have that unity in the ring to put on an amazing match.
The greatest chemistry, I think, that ever between two tag teams. And if anybody was at the Hall of Fame last night, you would have heard Jimmy Cornette talk about this. It just wasn't a little angle that you shot and did for 6 months. This feud has lasted 28 years.
Did you know right away? Did it feel good right away with the Midnight Express?
You know what?
Did it feel right away with the Midnight Express? Did you know there was that chemistry?
Oh yeah, the chemistry was there. You know, it was like magic. You put us two together, and it was like airflow, and everything went just so smooth.
Yeah, and that, you know, you got to understand at the time, Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton were together. And no man, they were two of the greatest workers ever in our business. And then when, you know, when something happened and Sweet Stan Lane come in, it was like they never missed a beat. It just went right on, right on. And of course, you got to hand it to one of the greatest minds, the greatest managers in our business, Jimmy Cornette.
All right, KG, ask another question too. I'm going to head out to the crowd for some questions.
Now, guys, with all the great current tag teams, it seems like there's a big tag team revitalization going on right now. Who's catching your eye? Who do you think are the future Hall of Fame tag teams competing today in WWE and elsewhere?
Well, you know me, man, I watch everything. I like the revivals. These guys are a great tag team.
Sure.
They got their stars are our future, and I'm looking forward to them. I think that they're going to be great. But you got to see everybody that are there for WWE, man, they're all future Hall of Famers. Because you wouldn't be there.
Amen. Amen to that.
All right, let's ask a question out in the crowd here.
Hey, this is for Robert. I'm from West Georgia. What do you think about the independent circuit in the West Georgia and East Alabama area?
Well, you know, guys, y'all get a chance. Y'all check out all the independent guys because they're going to be the next wrestlers in the future. And it's really good y'all go out and support them because them guys working hard. And all they want to do is move up the ladder. When you get a chance, support your independents.
All right, KG, got a question for the back here.
Hi there, guys. I've travelled from the United Kingdom, South Wales. Absolute honour speaking to you now. My question is, the original rock and roll tag team are you guys, but what are your personal thoughts on the Rockers back in the day?
You guys are the originals, but what are your thoughts on the Rockers?
You know, I remember Shawn Michaels back in the 80s. He used to ride in the back seat of our car. And we taught him a lot. You know, Shawn Michaels is one heck of a guy. Marty Jannetty's a good guy. And I believe Midnight Rockers were a great tag team too.
Hey, the way I put it, it was a great compliment to Robert and I for Shawn and Marty being the Midnight Rockers. We took it as a compliment, nothing bad. And look at Shawn and Marty both. Shawn's already a Hall of Famer. Two of the greatest workers in our business too, guys. We enjoyed it.
All right, got another question here.
First of all, congratulations, guys. Long overdue. Ricky, Robert, I love you guys to death.
Thank you there, Russ.
Thank you, Russ.
No problem. Question for you guys. Where did y'all ever find a picture of Jim Cornette's mom from Smoky Mountain?
Where did you guys find a picture of Jim Cornette's mom from Smoky Mountain?
Remember the one that said, get a like? The dog picture? The turtles?
I think Jimmy gave it to us. Hey,
All right, another question here.
that went out the window.
Who came up with the idea to tie the bandanas on you guys at the beginning of Rock and Roll Express?
Well, when we first got together, Jerry Lawler gave him a pair of blue outfit, gave me a pair of tights that was the same color as my skin. I looked like I had bandanas tied on. Looked like I was naked out there. I tried to get Ricky them tights, he wouldn't take them, he took off running.
You know, and I remember the first day that we came out, and actually we did. We went to a flea market with Jerry Lawler to buy the stuff to go on TV. Live on TV now, I'm telling you guys. It was instant chemistry when we came out and wrestled.
Sure.
But when we came back, this gentleman walked up to me and said, wow, y'all were great, but I didn't know if you was Indians or gypsies. Man, this is great.
All right, another question here. Go ahead, stand up.
So what was your experience like at Tag Team Apocalypto last year at TNA?
Tag Team Apocalypto for Matt and Jeff Hardy in Impact Wrestling. What are your thoughts?
Hey, I stayed up there for 3 days.
Hey, I can still hear Ricky hollering, Robert, get me down from here.
It was cold. Man, it was great. One thing you had to understand is you had to be there to witness this. It was 20 degrees. We were freezing. And when Jeff took that big bump off the top of that thing in the ring, I thought I'd die. That was really hard. Matt and Jeff were great. After that, Robert had some business to take care of, and Jeff was recording. And I wrestled Matt in some single matches. And on the last night of the week, after the match, Matt Hardy came out of the deletion character, and he talked about what Robert and I influenced him and Jeff about. And honestly, last night I cried, and I cried that night too. I guess I'm just a crier, I don't know.
All right, another question here.
How's it going? Congratulations to you guys both. Any words of advice for young men and women trying to get into the business today?
Follow your dream, work hard, get your education. Education comes first. And like I say, got a dream, follow it because it will come true.
You know, Robert and I both have wrestling schools, and I have a lot of guys that come in and ask me the same question that you just asked me. There's a lot of things that you got to understand. There's a lot of sacrifices that you have to make, a lot of training. But Robert, you know, Robert was just telling you know, never say never. But if you want to do it, you got to do it, but you got to put 100% into it. You can check me out or Robert out either on School of Morton on Facebook.
Mine's All Pro Championship Wrestling Academy out of Douglasville, Georgia.
All right, follow-up question you had there.
Okay, what was y'all's opinion of the Heavily Bodies? I took on Stan Lane, Tom Pritchard, and Jimmy Del Rey, and
you know what, guys? That's, you know, I'm glad you said that, Russ, because I got so much going through my mind. We wrestled so many people. Now, how can you leave out the Heavenly Bodies? Jimmy Del Rey and Tom Pritchard. Tom Pritchard, one of the best workers in our business too. But the first time, you know, Jimmy Del Rey come in, he took Stan Lane's place and he went out.
Sure.
And the first day I met him, you know,
We thought it was open.
yeah, a red-headed guy with a tooth missing. And I went, wow, man. But in our business, when you know the business, I locked up with him, and he was one of the greatest wrestlers I ever stepped in the ring with.
God bless him upstairs.
Yeah!
Now, when you guys were in the NWA, the Tag Team Champions, feuding with the Russians, feuding with the Midnight Express, was there ever a time where you guys wanted to be the bad guys?
No. But you know what? I got caught in the middle. Robert got injured, and I was there. And they turned me heel to be in the York Foundation, which I had a fun time doing it. But as soon as Robert come back, I turned back, and Robert and I headed to Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Dude, one of the greatest wrestling territories I've ever been involved with and a part of.
Is it, when you tell some of the younger guys today what it was like in some of those matches with the crowds like at Smoky Mountain, just one blood, almost riots starting. That's something probably that the young wrestlers of today probably can't fathom. That, like, you know, when you're getting busted open or the horsemen break into the locker room to beat you up, you have no idea that these crowds, it was almost like a riot. Mountain was definitely one of those places.
No, actually, we had so many riots. You know, and Jimmy Cornette, if you guys ever met him at first, I watched him learn how to fight. And, you know, he got his butt whooped so many times outside the ring. He's the only manager I knew that didn't watch the match while his team was in there. He was turning around watching the crowd because the fans would come over the rail. So much heat. That's what we call in our business is heat. And these guys are the best technical wrestlers of our business to do stuff like that.
Now, Ricky and Robert, with all the great memories, all the great matches, are there any top 2 or 3 that stand out as your kind of biggest big arena matches, the biggest moments, biggest memories?
The one I really liked the most was the scaffold match. We was 25, 30 feet up in the air. I think out of the Midnight Express and Ricky, they were scared of heights. And I like going up high. I get up there, I start rocking it, start shaking it, and Ricky would say, "Get your SOB, quit shaking the damn cage." And I had so much fun doing that.
Hey guys, and honestly, to me, you know, to answer that really good, you know, you remember the big ladders they used to climb up and dive off into the little thing in swimming pool of water about this deep? You know what, when I was younger age, a guy asked me, he said, "Anybody want to do this?" And me, oh gosh, man, I will, gun ho. I went up that ladder and, you know, it's harder climbing down it than it's going up it.
Sure.
No, I'm scared of heights. I don't even get on top of my house. You know, I hire somebody to clean my gutters. But my most memorable match, and I got to say this, guys, it's when you work hard in this business, going from territory to territory, and then you go into the NWA, and our first night in, we wrestled Ivan Koloff and Barry Dorso, Crusher Khrushchev at the time, for the first time to win the NWA World Tag Team titles. That's what really stuck with me.
All right, I got a question over here from a fan.
So I can tell you my favorite match of all time.
D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo Brown on the microphone.
Hey, stop it. Bring your butt up here. Bring your butt up here. Now.
It didn't take me long to spot you out, buddy.
Now what we're going to do is going to say, D'Lo's going to sing y'all a solo here.
Hey, I got a question for you. Yes. What was it like first time you wrestled the Rock and Roll Express?
I'm going to tell you this, as a guy who was greener than grass when I went to Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
What did we rephrase that? Greener than Al do.
Okay, you know, greener than goose shit, as we say in the business. These guys took me under their wing, and all the matches you saw me have in WWE and WWF and All Japan, wherever I went, the foundation came from these two right here, because they gave me the tools to be in this business.
Thank you.
I love them. And when you were saying that first night you guys went to the NWA and you wrestled the Russians for the tag team titles, I'm a 13-year-old boy. I'm sitting at home. I'm watching, I don't know if it was Doink the Clown or whatever on WWF. I changed the channel and I'm watching a 45-minute for the NWA World Tag Team match for the titles, and I'm watching these two get their asses beat. I remember going to my mom going, "Mom, I found real wrestling. I found real wrestling." And from that day, I had a love affair with this business, and because of them, I'm here today. So thank you guys.
Oh man, thank you very much. Hey, and he had a great time at Smoky Mountain Wrestling too, man. Hey, a big education for a lot of kids. Thank you.
For D'Lo Brown.
Hey guys, Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Express. Yeah! The greatest tag team this business has ever seen. I love it. Rock and Roll Express.
Rock and roll, 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 rock and roll.
That's how you know these guys are Hall of Famers. They have a legend like D'Lo Brown in the crowd. They turn him back into a fan. Ricky and Robert, what are you guys going to be signing at today? All right, you guys right over there. If you want to get a photo with the Hall of Famers, the Rock and Roll Express, head on over to their table there.
Great guys. Like you said, get a chance to come by and see Robert and I over here. This is what we do for a living. We're not here to bull with anybody, man. But thank y'all very much. Hey.
He's going for it.
You know why he did that for? He fell off the stage of his height. Thank you.
Pick it up for Ricky Boyden and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. Only in WrestleMania. Get your photos, get your autographs with the Rock and Roll Express. WWE Hall of Famers.
Guys, stick around at 11 o'clock. We're doing a little wrestling trivia, some fun prizes and giveaways, and some unexpected drop-ins from some of our friends here. So hang tight. WrestleCon continues.